So I could never have honored them. So I'm already out, right? The answer is no. Why not? I already told you. Why not? Because you lived before and you've done it. Okay? That's why not. And it means that there are many things that we have fulfilled within lifetimes that is not our place to fill at this point. And oftentimes people ask questions like, how come I don't have this? How come I don't have all kinds of things? And the answer is, many times, it's because you already had it. Now's your time to do something else in the world. Now's your time to fulfill another aspect of your soul which you had left undone. Another thing that it says, the Ari says that women usually come down here to help their mate, as a norm. I know you're laughing, your husband's probably laughing too. That's what it says. It says that women normally come down to help their mate. Why? Because innately women are more spiritual than men. I mean, give us that much, right? The idea of a woman's soul, a female, and by the way, I need to tell you that more often than not, the soul comes down, a female soul comes down as a female soul. Okay? But more often than not, it says it goes upstairs, it gets cleansed, and it can stay there. Of course, every now and then it gets a knock and says, you know, he's down there again. Leave him alone, I had enough this last night. But oftentimes the woman says, yes, I'm prepared to come down and help to elevate her to another level of spirituality. Okay, and the reason I bring it up now is, what happens to the women that never get married? What happens to why are they here? What is that about? What about people that never get married? How does that fit in? And the answer is not simple. But here's the answer. The Ari says that at the time of the golden calf, when the women were asked to give their gold to the golden calf, they refused. And so, in the time of Mashiach, those women will come back, and they will refuse to be subjected to the will of the masculinity. And those will be the women that will come to be the leaders in their generation for the things that they will put here back to do. Those women will return at this time. And so yes, we have numbers and numbers and numbers of women who are business oriented, who are very powerful in politics. This is the reason for it. And why is it happening today? It's because we're in a serious time of spiritual reality. A time in which there's no more playing games. If you look at the world out there, it looks like chaos. But it's not chaos. It's exactly the way it needs to be for the time that we live in. Okay, so if we understand that there are levels to the soul, okay? The first one I told you is Nefesh, second one is Ruach, and Neshama. Probably in our lifetimes, most of us will never reach higher than that. I mean, it says that there are people that have reached higher than that, but if we can get to the Neshama, if we can get to the level of Neshama and finish that off, we'll be perfect. The problem with it is that every time we go up the ladder, all we have to do is fail. Seriously, once or twice. And what do I mean by fail seriously once or twice? There are things that we do to each other that take us off the spiritual path. There are relationships that we do to each other. There are actions that we do to each other. And I don't have to illustrate. I'm sure you all understand that there are things that we do that doesn't allow us to grow on a spiritual way. Because every time we do a negative action, that negative action sits within inside of us. And this I'll talk about a bit later. But it sits inside of us. It says if you want to go to the good side, then the energy pushes you to the good. And unfortunately, if we want to go to the other side, we get lots of help in that direction as well. So it's always a constant battle. Our spirituality is a constant battle. And it's the battle of, it's not exactly, okay, I'm going to eat the cookie today and the heck with the diet, I'll do it tomorrow. It's, I'm a great spiritual being until when it comes to business, I can't help it. I'm going to have to take as much as I can. We went down a few rungs on the ladder. Okay? So that's what that means. Now, there's another thing here, and all the vegetarians here I know aren't going to be wild about this piece, but I'm going to tell you. You know that there are kingdoms, right? There's minerals, vegetables, animals, and the human kingdom, right? Yeah. In order to incarnate, sometimes a human being that goes below the level, that he is at the lowest rung of the ladder, when he leaves this world, they get incarnated back into four-legged animals. They become animal. And oftentimes the reason for that is they acted as an animal when they were alive. Okay? So what happens is they incarnate back into that space. Now you understand the packing order, right? Vegetation eats mineral, animals eat vegetation, and human beings, if they choose, can eat animal. But there's a story of the Ari. And I'm telling this to you not because I am pro killing of animals. I love animals. I don't want to kill them. But there's a story of Rav Isaac Luria that a goat came to the Ari. And is there anybody here that doesn't know who Rav Isaac Luria is? Okay, good. Sure. They came to the Ari and they said to him, this goat came to him. He knew all the languages. He knew the birds and everything and anything. He was totally capable of understanding the entire universe. And the goat said, look, I've finished my time. I've done my bit as an animal. I can now, there's an opening, a space for me to be allowed to raise to the next kingdom, to become again a human. But I need to be ritually slaughtered in order for that to happen. Because if I die of myself or I die in another way, I will not be allowed to enter that kingdom. That's the story of the Ari. That means, now another thing is that when an animal, and let's say he eats the vegetation, because there could be life within, there's life within everything that has life. Understand that. There's a spark of the Creator in everything that has life, including vegetation.